Hey YouTube family, and welcome back to the channel. And today's workout is going to be a 30-minute give or take body weight session going through our entire body. So it'll be a full body workout. We're going to really pick up our heart rate. We'll do a little bit of jumping and get that sweat flowing, and then we'll slow things down and squeeze out some nice awesome reps for our core, for our legs, for our shoulders, and then pick it back up again. So just typical type of workout that I really love. I love getting my body flowing and as much heat as possible. Then I love working those nice tight contractions with all the other movements too, and I love that combination. It feels so good, so cleansing. So if you're new here, then stick around to the end. Make sure you check it out. It's gonna feel great. If not, then you'll know exactly what we're doing, and you can jump right into it too and have some fun with me. So without further ado, let's go over the format of the workout. We're gonna have 3 different sections. The first one is the only one that's gonna be a little bit longer. We're gonna go through 7 exercises for the first one, and then 4 each for the last 2. And everything is gonna be roughly for time, except for the last exercise of every set is gonna be for reps, and nice and slow at the end. When we're a little bit tired, we're gonna really squeeze out those last few reps at the end too. So, starting from the top, we're gonna start with jumping jacks. We'll go for 40 seconds. We're gonna do 5 jumping jacks and 4 high knees, and then repeat over and over until we're done the 40 seconds, and then we'll do a couple more exercises standing up for the legs. So, let's get started in 5, 4, 3, and go. Jumping jack, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, high knee, 1, 2, 4. And relax. Perfect. We'll take a little bit of a break, maybe 10-15 seconds between exercises. The next one's gonna start from a squat. So we're gonna press up right onto our toes, squeezing the quads and glutes. We'll come back down. Next time we press up, we'll add a twist, elbow to knee. So starting in 5 seconds, plant those feet, really squeeze the glutes when we lift to the top, and maybe try to lock out the legs too so everything is tight. All right, so down, lift, squeeze, down and twist, down, squeeze, and twist, down, squeeze, down, twist, down, squeeze, down, and twist. Keep it up, you guys. Squeeze, down, and twist, squeeze, down, and twist. Last one. And shake it out. All right, this is gonna be the biggest burn of the set for me, I think. We'll go back to a squat. We'll step to a lunge. We're gonna pulse out 4, twist and reach over the top leg. Try to stay low so we feel a little bit of stretch in that hip flexor. Step back to the middle, 2 squats or jump squats, and then stepping back on the other side. Starting in 4, 2, starting from the squat, and step to the lunge. Pulse 1, 2, 3, 4, twist and reach, and back to the middle, squat or jump squat. 1, 2, then the other leg steps back. 1, 2, 3, 4, twist and reach, and back to the middle. 1, 2, and step back. 1, 2, 3, 4, twist and reach, and back. 1, 2, and last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, twist and reach, and back. 2, and relax. Legs feel a little stiff for the first set, but I love that feeling as they loosen up and wake up. So we're gonna do 2 exercises on our hands, and then we'll flip over 2 on our back, and we'll go through the set again. So for this one, I'm gonna be in a push-up position. Let's move this around. I'm gonna go 1 hand at a time, pushing my hand to opposite ankle. So I want you to really feel that shoulder, pushing yourself back as we do it to reach under, like we're feeling that shoulder moving us. Keep the core nice and tight. We're gonna go under 1 and back, under 2 and back, and we'll bring our hips to our heels, big overhead stretch, and then pull back with the palms. And again, 1, drop the hips, lift them, 2, Drop the hips and hips back to heels. And pull. And 1, 2, and stretch. 2, and stretch. 1 more. 2, stretch. And relax. Beautiful. Nothing like that first set of the day to feel that stiffness working itself out. Okay, so from our hands again, we're gonna go down to our elbows, back up to our hands twice, drop our knees, do one big opposite arm and leg reach, and then breathe out, lift that stomach, squeeze the core, bring the elbow to the knee, starting in 5, 4, 3, ready, and go. Drop the knees, reach, and lift the stomach up, crunch elbow to knee, and back up. Drop, reach. And relax. Beautiful. Onto our backs. So we'll start just with a glute bridge variation. We're going to be open, closing our knees, keeping our hips as high as we can, and extending one leg. You can add a hip thrust on that single leg if we like that movement, if we feel ready for it, or just keep the hips up as high as you can the whole time. So starting in 2, 1, hips up, and from here we're going to open the knees back to the middle. Extend one leg. The lower you keep it, the harder it is to hold. You can add the thrust. And back. And again, open, squeeze back to the middle, extend, and thrust, and open, and thrust, open, extend, thrust, and open, back, thrust. One more. Thrust. And sitting up, perfect. All right, one more we're gonna do. This one we'll go through slow. We'll do 4 reps, and we'll go through the set again. So I'm actually gonna start flat on my back, and I'm gonna do a nice slow crunch all the way up. So as slow as I can. Once I get to here, I'm gonna keep crunching, try to lift my hips up off the ground a little bit, keeping my legs down. Then I'm gonna pull into a table, pull it back, and then crunch down slow. Really work on that negative on the way down, especially if it's hard for us to get up with that slow control. That's how we're gonna build that strength. So, back down flat, arms overhead, and crunch up. Bring your hands to the ground and keep pressing with the abs into it. Now take your heels, pull yourself up, and back, and down slow. And again, crunch. Hands down, press, and lift, and back. And down. 2 more times. Crunch and press. Pull. And back. And down. Last one. Crunch. Press. And lift. And back. And down. And relax. All right. Set 1 done. Which always feels like the hardest one to me too. Those stiff muscles just take a little bit more energy to move. All right, let's give it 30 seconds. We'll go through that set again, starting with the jumping jacks and the high knees. All right, 12 more seconds and we'll start. 5 jumping jacks, 4 high knees. Try to feel those arms moving, especially for the high knees. Feel that connection. Everything moving together, and if you want to move your feet faster, often if I just move my arms faster, that makes everything follow through with just a little bit more speed. All right, starting in 2, 1, and go. Beautiful. All right, the squat with the heel lift at the top, and then squat back down, elbow to knee. See if you can hold that twist for a second, squeezing into that supporting leg. So working a bit of single leg stability, because we won't be doing too much of that for today with the deep one-legged squats. All right, starting in 5, 4, 3, and let's do it. Down, lift, down, and twist. 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 Lift, down, and twist. Keep it up. Lift, down, and twist. Last one. Lift, down, and twist. And shake it out. All right, the lunges with the twist and the jump squats is the last jumping sequence I have into our workout too, so let's make it count. Do a little bit more kind of jumping, but it'll all be from the ground. All right, starting in 5, 4, 3, and starting in the squat, step back to the lunge, pulse it, 1, 2, 3, 4, stay low, twist and reach. Back to the middle, right? And 1, 2, other leg, step back. 1, 2, 3, 4, twist and reach. And back. 1, 2, and step back. 1, 2, 3, 4, twist and reach. And back. 1, 2, last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, twist and reach. And back. 1, 2, and relax. These legs waking up, the blood rushing to the legs, leaving the brain. All right, on to the next one now. So from the high plank, pushing back with one shoulder as the other hand reaches to ankle. One per side, and then the overhead stretch. Starting in 2, 1, and go. Dip the hips and squeeze the core back. Pulling with the palms. One more time. And relax. Beautiful. All right, down, down, up, up twice. And the big opposite arm and leg reach. Nice big inhales and exhales on this one. Feel that core and glutes and lower back all working with our breath. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, and go. Up, up, up. Reach. And crunch. And back. Last one. And on our backs. All right. So open, close the knees, lift one leg and extend. Try to keep your feet pointing straight. It'll be tempting to turn them out a little bit. Keep them straight, so as we open, we're gonna be using the entire outside of our leg all the way up to our glutes. Starting at 5, 4, 3, hips up, and let's do it. Open, pushing into the edges of the feet. Back to the middle, extend the leg, add the hip thrust. And back, open, squeeze it back, extend, hip thrust. Open, squeeze it back, hip thrust. Open, squeeze it back, extend, hip thrust. Open, last one. Open, squeeze back to the middle. Hip thrust, and relax. All right, 4 reps here to finish. Our last sequence of the first set. Everything else will get shorter, a bit squeezier. After this, all right, legs up, lie down flat, arms overhead, and then control the crunch right to the hip lift as tight as you can. Breathe in and breathe out. Hands to the ground, lift those hips, pull with the heels, back with the abs, and down slow. And again, lift. Now use the hamstrings, pull with the heels, back with the abs, and down. Pull, back, and down. One more time. Crunch, lift, pull, back, and down. And relax, beautiful. All right, set number 1 is done. Let's take a second here before set number 2. So we're gonna start 4 exercises in this one. We'll start with the legs a little bit more. We'll do 2 movements from a plank or push-up position, finish back on our backs, working our abs again, and then we'll go through it one more time. So we're gonna work the quads a little bit more in this set, starting from a kneeling position, working that hip thrust, putting all that pressure into our quads, and then we'll keep working into our obliques and sides a little bit. At the end, we'll finish with a nice, awesome feeling twist. I just love twisting my body like that when it's feeling all warmed up. All right, so let's get started. We'll start on our knees. We're gonna start with the hip thrust. So we're gonna hip thrust once and lean the shoulders back, the hips back as far as you can to hold. It's gonna make it as hard as possible for the quads. And we're gonna sit back down to our heels. We're gonna cross over, tuck the back toes, and then pulse the curtsy squat. Because we're stepping forwards into it, we're gonna feel a little bit more in that inner thigh, inside of the knee. So I want you to really tighten those areas and feel those quads contracting in the inside of the leg. All right, let's do it. Ready, thrust the hips, feel the quads. Bring it back, cross it over, tuck the back toes for balance and pulse. 1, 2, 3, and back to the knees. Ready, thrust, and back. Cross, tuck the back toes. 1, 2, 3, and back. We're doing 2 more per side of this. Thrust, and back. Cross, and 1, 2, 3, and then back. And thrust, and back. Cross, 1, 2, 3, and down. 1 more each way. Ready, thrust, and back. Cross, tuck the toes. 1, 2, 3, and back. Last one. Ready, thrust, and back. Cross, the quads are burning. 1, 2, 3, and relax. Perfect. All right, so the next one, we'll start on our elbows and a plank. We're gonna do 3 plank jacks and then pop into a side plank and then dip the hips 3 times before we come back to the front plank for the plank jacks again. So starting on our elbows, let's go this way. In 5 seconds. All right, snap the hips into the plank jacks, then tighten up the obliques. Ready, and go. 1, 2, 3. Side plank lift, try to plant both the feet and then dip. 1, 2, 3, and back. 1, 2, 3. Other side lift. 1, 2, 3, and back. 3. Turn. 1, 2, 3, and back. 1, 2, 3. And back, almost there. And last one. 1, 2, 3. And relax. Beautiful. All right, one more we're gonna do from our stomach. We're gonna work a nice side bend with our lats and obliques, a bit of triceps, and in between, we'll be doing push-ups. Now here you can do as many push-ups as you like. I'll be doing 2, but you can do 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 in between if we want to be a little bit more push-up-y. So start on my stomach. I'm gonna start with my shoulders pulled down and then together. Like I just finished some kind of pull-up and squeezing my lats together and my shoulder blades. So I'm gonna take my shoulders from here, bend to the side. As much as I can, feel that lat squeeze. Extend that arm, 1. Bring it back, 2. Bring it back to the middle. Now nice and tight push up. 1, down, 2. And lift, other side, bend. 1, 2. Back to the middle. 1, 2. And up. 1, 2. And middle. 1, 2. Lift. 1, and 2. And middle. 2. And up. One more per side. 1, 2. 1, 2. Lift. 1, 2. And push up. 1, 2. And relax. Good. So the last exercise of the set. We're gonna do 4 per side again. So I'm sitting up tall. I'm gonna inhale, open up the chest again. When I exhale, I wanna take the inside of my knee to the inside of my elbow and I'll push them together. I'm gonna extend that leg up to really deepen the twist, spread my back to contract the abs as tight as I can. So, sitting up tall, breathe in. Breathe out, hollow, crunch the stomach, inside of elbow, inside of knee. Push together if we can make it and extend. And breathe in. Breathe out, crunch. Push together, extend. And breathe in. Breathe out, crunch. Twist, push, and extend. And breathe in. Breathe out. Twist, push, extend. And breathe in. Breathe out. Twist, extend. Breathe in. Breathe out. Twist, extend. And one more, breathe in. Breathe out. Twist, extend. And breathe in. Breathe out. Twist, extend. And relax. Beautiful. All right, let's take 20 seconds. We'll go through that set again. I got a nice little puddle around me too, so if I slip, you can laugh a little bit at home. But what can you do? All right, starting with the kneeling quad thrust. This will be the last only leg exercise that we're doing too. We'll do a little bit more bridges later. Let's really work these quads one more time. All right, so from our kneeling position, ready and go. Thrust and back, cross it over, tuck the toes. 1, 2, 3, and back down. Ready, thrust and back, cross it over, tuck the toes. 1, 2, 3, and back. And again, thrust. Bring it back, cross it over, tuck the toes. 1, 2, 3, and back. And thrust. And back, cross it over, tuck the toes. 1, 2, 3, and back. One more each way, ready, and thrust. And back, cross it over, tuck the toes. 1, 2, 3, and back. Last one, ready, and thrust. And back, cross it over, tuck the toes. 1, 2, 3, and back down. Perfect. All right, from the elbows, 3 plank jacks, side plank, dip 3 times. Let's give it 10 seconds, then we'll start. I'll start the other way first this time, in case we don't get evened out on both sides. All right, ready, and go. Back one more time. And relax. Perfect. All right, so the Superman side crunch with the extension of the tricep, then 2 solid push-ups in the middle. This one felt great. Let's really try to extend and squeeze out those push-ups. We're not doing too many of them today, so let's really make them count when we get to them. Starting in 5, 4, 3, ready, and shoulders pulled together, bend to the side, extend 1, back, 2, back to the middle, squeeze the push-up, 1, down, 2, and down, other side, twist, 1, 2, and back, 1, 2, lift, 1, and 2, and 2, lift, 1, and 2, and push, push, last one. Even it out. 1, 2, 1, 2. And sitting on our butts. All right, 4 big ones here. As much tension as you can put with the elbow and knee pushing together. You can make these as hard as possible by really feeling that tension with the body parts pushing together. Starting in 3, 2, all right, 4 per side, and breathe in. Breathe out hollow. Twist, elbow to knee, push and extend. And breathe in. Breathe out hollow. Elbow to knee, push and extend. And breathe in. Breathe out hollow. Elbow to knee, push and extend. And breathe in. Breathe out hollow. Push together, extend. And back, 2 more each way. Breathe out. Twist, push, and extend. And breathe in. Breathe out, hollow. Push, extend. Almost there, you guys. Breathe in. Breathe out. Push, extend. And breathe in. Breathe out. Push, extend. And relax. Whew. My puddle is spreading and spreading. All right, I'll say 20 more seconds and we'll start our last set. So we're gonna start on our back, do 1 more on our stomach, and then finish with 2 more on our backs. After that, the last one will be for reps. We'll just do 3 this time per side of the last one. It's a little bit longer than the one that we just did. So we'll start on our back. We'll go for time for this. We're gonna windshield wiper our bridge now. So both knees will go to one side, then the other. When we do this, try to keep the feet flat. We'll roll to the full edge and the full edge, but try not to lift the heels or the toes forward. We want to work with the edges. So we work our ankles all the way up through our knees and hips. And then you can play around with the movement. Depending on which edge you push with, you'll feel different areas of the leg. All right, starting in 2, 1, hips up and windshield side. Don't let them touch. Push over to side and side. And side. This might be my favorite bridge variation. Side, just because we work so much here. Side, side, and side, and side. 1 more per side. Side, and side. And relax. Nice. All right, back onto our stomachs now. We're gonna start with a wide Superman, so pulling our arms in like an iron cross from the side. We'll push to a wide push-up and bring our knee to one shoulder, do a push-up again, knee to the other shoulder. So we'll slide down this way, arms out. So let's pulse the elbows in from here, working the top of the back. We're gonna do 3 pulses. So we're gonna pulse 1, 2, 3, wide push-up, nice tight core press, knee to shoulder, add a second push-up, knee to shoulder, and back down. And pulse, 1, 2, 3, and lift. Knee to shoulder, down, knee to shoulder, and back. 1 more time. Pulse, 1, 2, 3, and push. Knee to shoulder, and push, and relax. All right, on our back for the last two. We'll start with a standard leg raise. You can bend the knees as much as you need, and then we're gonna pull the hips in with a bit of twist. So we're curling the hips up into the core, trying to hit every part of our abs here from the top all the way to the bottom when we curl the hips into the belly button. So I'll start on my back, keep my hands down. I want to keep my lower back pushed into the ground as I'm doing the leg raise. Then I'll lift it when I curl. So my legs are up. I like to keep the head up a bit for the leg raise. I'm going to go down, up, down, and then when I curl in, my knees come in, and I twist to one side and out slow. And again, up, down, curl and twist. Extend, up, down, curl and twist. Up, down, curl and twist. And again, one more per side. Up, down, curl and twist. And up, down, curl and twist. And relax. Beautiful. The last one we're going to do, we're going to work a nice tight compression from this position, keeping our leg as close to the body as we can. When we lay down with our shoulders just off the ground, we'll cross the leg over, bring it back, make sure we keep the tension in the leg and hip and core, and then we'll crunch back into it to bring it to the ground. So when we're moving our leg and body together, we want to keep them as close together as we can. So start with a bit of a reach. We'll take one leg, we're going to lift it, and then push our body down with it. Once it gets vertical, shoulders stay up, I cross over. Feel that stretch, I power it back, and then crunch into it. Get as close as I can as it comes down. Other side now. Lift. Cross. Back. Crunch. And lift. Cross. Crunch. And lift. Cross. One more per side. Lift. Cross. Crunch. And last one. Lift. Cross. Crunch. And relax. Good. One more set through, starting with the windshield wipers. If my feet can stick onto the floor, that'd be great. It makes it so much harder to do these things when the feet are slipping like that. I really got to use the exact part of the foot pushing into the ground that I can. All right, starting in 10 seconds. Let's windshield wipe one more time. All right, one more time, working those glutes, starting in 2, 1, hips up, and bring the knees side, over to side, over to side, over to side, over. There it is. Over. Over. Almost there. And one more each way. Over. Over. And down. Very good. All right, on our stomachs now. A nice wide push up, stomachs down, arms out. All right, pulse those elbows in, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, push up, lift knee to shoulder, squeeze the oblique, push up, other knee to shoulder, and down. And again, 1, 2, 3, push, knee to shoulder, push, knee to shoulder. And down, one more time. Pulse, 1, 2, 3, and lift, knee to shoulder, lift, and relax. All right, 2 more, and we're done. We're gonna be on our back for both of them. I love being on my back, especially for leg raises. All right, so starting with the legs up, let's curl those hips in and really squeeze out those contractions for the last couple sequences here. Ready? Down, up, down, in a twist. And extend. Up, down, and a twist. Up, and a twist. Up, and a twist. Up, down, and a twist. One more. Up, and a twist. And relax. All right, folks, here it is. 3 per side here, the last one. 2, we've done a lot of back today, especially the lower back, so I love finishing with something like this where I can really spread my back out, feel that stretch as I work through my abs. It helps tighten up those contractions too. I get a little bit extra range when I do it. So 3 per side, then we're all done. Take one leg, lift it, push your body down with it, cross it over, power it back, back to the top. And other side, lift. Cross, back, and lift. Cross, back, and one more each way. You can do it, Nick. Cross. And up. And beautiful. Love that. It's like a couple well-earned breaths. So awesome job with that. I hope you guys enjoyed that sequence or all those sequences. I love putting together things that make me move as many different ways as possible too. So when one muscle group rests a little bit, the other one is firing, and that whole body has to work harder and harder and harder. So that heart rate really has to pick up, and I feel everything getting to the point of a bit of exhaustion. Then I stretch, and I feel even better when I move because my muscles get so loose, and I can work my control in different areas of my body much more efficiently that way too. So I hope you all like that. Let me know in the comments down below if anything felt really good, if anything didn't feel quite so good, anything else you'd like to see, different kind of workouts for body parts in particular. I'd love to put those together. It's a fun little puzzle for me to work out all those movements and areas that help those movements and areas that connect to those movements. It's just a fun little chain of events I like to work on too. So I hope you enjoyed it. Let's keep working hard. Let's enjoy our summer and crush these goals all together. And I'll see you all next time. Good work today.